I came to Morocco as a digital nomad architect, chasing the artistry of Moorish, Arabic, and Amahzig designs. From palaces covered in a million hand-painted tiles, garden oases, to ancient kasbahs that withstood centuries of sandstorms, conflicts, and time itself. This trip was meant to be a celebration of craft and culture. But somewhere between Marrakesh's labyrinthian streets and the endless dunes of the Sahara Desert, everything changed. One wrong move in the desert, and I thought I'd never walk again.
My. Are you okay? Are you alright? Darling, you alright? I can't feel my legs. I can't move them.
The night before we set off, I had a dream. No, a nightmare. I was running from something, lost inside an ancient city. The streets folded into a maze I couldn't escape, and behind me, always behind me, something was pursuing me. The next day, I arrived at Ben Hadou, a city so enchanting it felt like it had been plucked straight from my dream. But what I didn't realise then was that the monster from my nightmares would today finally catch me. Ben Hadou is a traditional sar, meaning it's a fortified village built to protect kasbahs, which are fortified homes or palaces built from mud brick and rammed earth. It acted as a pivotal node for travellers and traders crossing the Sahara Desert to reach Marrakesh. Settlements began here in the 11th century, but most of what you can see here today dates from the 17th, when it was greatly expanded upon. Today, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and often the backdrop for famous movies and TV shows like Game of Thrones, Gladiator, and even Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. If you see the traditional dress of the man just behind me, that's what a lot of the Amahzig people would wear when they're crossing the desert. It's because of the indigo dye that they use. It, one, helps you be really visible when you're in the backdrop of the Sahara, but also you can rub it on your skin and it acts as sunscreen. This is the first mosque that we're seeing. There is a granary at the very, very top. Unfortunately, it's undergoing renovations. I think it's because there was an earthquake only a few years ago, and it broke so many things in Marrakesh in particular. You see these things? Do you want me to show you?
Are they locks?
Locks?
I don't know.
That's a great guess. How did you know that? Yeah, so there's an ender, and then you can you align the pegs.
Yeah. Wow.
And then it opens.
It's like a key.
Yeah, that's your key to your house. I genuinely would never have guessed that.
It looks like a lock.
Do you think?
It looks like a lock.
I thought it was going to be like some sort of musical instrument when I first saw it. It's for the voice.
No, this.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello? No.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, this. Hello.
Hello.
You guys are filming.
YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Here.
Come over here,
Today,
Where are
today
we?
I am happy the presence as for here because I meet the people is very, very people, very good people. Very good.
Nice to meet you.
From where?
Ireland.
Ireland.
ultimate stairmaster.
The ultimate stairmaster, she says. To be fair, it is up a lot of steps. A lot of steps. Just here
Oh my God, sweetie.
is a synagogue.
Do you know what?
Can you believe that? It's very rare to have an ancient city that has two prominent religions, both completely living in harmony. That's exactly what you had here, where you have both the synagogues and the mosques are literally a stone's throw away from each other. And they just lived in harmony, which is exactly how you should be. But look at this beautiful detailing in the walls. This is all you can get with your rammed earth. It's gorgeous. Tell you what I think is really beautiful, right? You can see where the river has made all of the plants flourish. So it's just a desert everywhere you look, for miles and miles. But then just along the riverbed, there's this like lush oasis. So just up here is the main top, but unfortunately it's closed due to renovations. But you still get a wicked view. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the construction techniques that they use to make all of these beautiful buildings. Most of it, if not all of it, is rammed earth. So the way that you do rammed earth is you have like a timber scaffold, and then you place the clay inside and you compress it down and down and down until it solidifies and hardens. Then you can remove the timber struts. But what it does do is it leaves these holes that you can see here in the walls. And that's from the timber that was formerly keeping the formwork open. And they leave those holes to allow air to pass through it, and so that it doesn't get knocked over by the wind. They also use stone, so it's a mixture of rammed earth, stone, and they also use rammed earth blocks, which you can see below me actually, just down there. So it's rammed earth blocks, and stone is what all of this is constructed out of. Which is a really ancient tradition, but they still use it. And the only problem with using that is that you actually have to update it every couple of years. So every few years, they have to almost remake this place. Like little bits by bit, the bits that corrode, they have to remake them.
What if we just use like better materials?
Because this is the ancient way that it was built.
We just want to preserve that.
Yeah, because it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I think what's particularly interesting is, obviously I've just mentioned many of this has to be rebuilt over time. But what's interesting is if you see those two entrance gateways on that wall, I hope you can see that. That is not original at all. That was actually built for a movie. The one about the River Nile that I spoke about, this was meant to be pretending to be Egypt, and that was meant to be the River Nile, and they built those two, but they never got rid of them, which I think is a particularly interesting point because they have to build things like, when they were building the Odyssey, it took them 6 months to build just the little set over in a little flat place over there. But then they filmed for like 10 days and then boom, 2 months later, they had to remove it. But things like the Nile movie, that has remained. So I'm not sure what the story is, why that got to stay and all the other stuff has to go. Maybe because it was there before it became protected. After exploring the ancient wonders of Ab Ben Hadou, we ventured further eastwards, deeper into the mountains and then onto the edge of the Sahara Desert. With the Kasbahs and mountains quickly turning to sand, the endless desert should have felt like freedom, but instead, I felt that same shadow from my dream stirring again. Out here, there would be no streets to hide in, no walls to protect me, only sand and... In about 10 minutes, I'm going to be fearful for my life because a certain someone is going to drive one of these.
I drive him crazy.
She does drive me crazy, but You look so good.
No. When I was younger, I used to wear these because I was a child labor. And my mom was like,
Now we're ready to rock and roll. You ready to go? The desert began as play. Golden light, shifting dunes, the thrill of riding across an endless sea of sand.
I hope your viewers get the reference.
This is go, and that's break. My mind is officially taken over. Oh my god. Is that okay? You can't see because I have sunglasses on, but there is terror in my eyes. But then it shifted. A wrong turn, a slip of control. And suddenly, the dream twisted into my nightmare.
My. Are you okay? Are you alright? Darling, you alright? I can't feel my legs. I can't move them.
The sun fell quickly after the crash, leaving us stranded in the middle of the Sahara. I couldn't move, and the nearest doctor was thousands of miles away. So we did the only thing we could. We waited the night out in our desert tent. The next morning, we began the long journey back to safety. It took 11 hours for the bus to arrive at a hospital in Marrakesh. Every bump in the road, a reminder of how fragile my body had become. 11 hours later.
yeah, now we're here with medical doctors and machines.
I can't thank the Moroccan nurses and doctors enough for all that they did for me. The crash left me with a concussion, spinal misalignment, a strained groin, and bruising. Lots and lots of bruising. But more than anyone, I owe thanks to Mai. Through every moment, from the dunes to the hospital to the painfully slow days of recovery in a Marrakeshi riad, she took care of me and never left my side. Yet, when the sand finally settled, we knew our journey together had reached its end. We cared deeply for one another, but sometimes love belongs to a chapter, not the whole story. This trip tested my mind, my body, and my heart. This wasn't the Moroccan story I had planned to tell, but sometimes the hardest chapters are the ones that shape us the very most.